Hello and welcome back to my channel, and in this video we are taking a look at installing Windows 10 on ARM on the HoneyComb, and all the screen capture from this video is on the HoneyComb. You don't need any other device to do so. Now Windows 10 requires a UEFI bootloader. The more compliant the better. So like the Raspberry Pi can run it, and also that's why the HoneyComb can run it. The HoneyComb's installation process is a bit simpler. You just go to Microsoft Insider Preview downloads, and they have, I'll link it in the description, they have a download for Windows 10 on ARM Insider Preview. So it's not an ISO, it's a VM image. So once you have downloaded that, you would need QEMU installed. So apt-get QEMU or like DNF install QEMU, depends on what you're using. QEMU comes with a tool called QEMU image. So the first thing we are going to do is to convert this VHDX image into RAW. So as you can see, again I am on my HoneyComb. So the command being QEMU-img space convert dash capital O RAW Windows and the VHDX image, followed by an output name with .raw at the end. I just use the same name with just change the file extension. This takes a while to convert, but not too long. And then figure out which hard drive you want to install it on. I have that disk already installed. You can use fdisk, you can use GNOME disk. Just check the device ID. So in this case, it is SDA for me, and you can just directly use either DD or GNOME disk to or even Balina's thing etcher to just write the image. The point being, you need to just now write the image to that file, and once that's done, that's pretty much it. So let's fast forward to that. And there we go. So now we'll just reboot, do a quick sync and reboot, and just wait for that to happen. Now that the HoneyComb's bootloader is going to come up, there it is. You can select escape and go into the boot menu and then boot from the device you just wrote Windows to. So that's the WD one, and there you go. So wait for a few seconds and there it is. It pretty much boots. So I'm going to skip along the entire boot process, or like the setup process really quick, and because it takes a while. So it's the entire setup process. You will be able to like select your language, make your user, things and other things Windows asks you to do and track you and stuff like that. But Anyways, there we are at the desktop, and yep, that's it. Um, there are no graphic drivers, so that's a thing. It's using just the UEFI buffer, UEFI frame buffer for displaying stuff, and everything else is rendered out from the CPU. So the CPU has constant load on it just to render the UI. Um, as you can see here, 2.2 gigahertz Cortex A72. Move that to the logical cores, and yeah, 16 of them, all running just fine. Now let's expand the disk, because as you can remember, that's a 64 gig disk, and this is 120 gig one. So I'd like to expand it. Luckily, it's much simpler now. I didn't realize this, but you don't have to do a lot to expand. You can basically do it live using the disk management option. So just a few clicks here and there. Um, that's done. So now we have 223 gigs free, so it's a 240 gig drive, more than enough. And do your Windowsy stuff. Also, anyone from AMD watching this video, can I please has that ARM64 AMD GPU driver, please, just to try it out? I guess there's nothing else. I just want that GPU driver really bad, because everything else works, but I really can't get anything that graphic intensive, which even in Windows 10 everything is, because the entire UI is. So you load something mildly fancy and just crawls. Although it's not too bad on this system, it's not as bad as the Pi, especially because I have fast SSD, I have a lot of memory on it, and stuff like that. But anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next one.